That was weird. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Like Restream like froze for a second there. Hey, we're not that much late. We're just a little bit late. It is Total Spotfest. I am JJ. That is Jamie. Returning is a mostly 100% Austin Reddick here.
Solid 85% or so. Still coughing a bit, but not dying anymore. So you take your wins, you can get them.
You did get to see your boys win a killer overtime game while you were playing hooky on us. So, hey, there's that.
I did. And you know what? If I was going to have to be just like feeling dead in the house for a week, at least it happened the week that the Diablo 4 expansion released. So like I had some shit to do around the house.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for Tony Khan for once again instilling us with 3 goddamn hours of wrestling on a Wednesday night. But no, we hope you guys had a fantastic evening. I know. Don't just hold that thought there, squad.
Yes,
I have
squad.
a feeling
we're both
that
really
the gentleman
excited
to my left has words to say. I'm not sure.
So excited about it.
But thank you guys for joining us. If it's your first time here, of course, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow, give us a heart, give us a tap, give us a thumbs up. Find us on them internets at Total Spotfest. How are you boys doing? I know Austin, you've been recovering. Jamie, how you been doing, man? You look tired.
I'm very tired. It's been a long weekend, long week. Audrey had a tournament, so I was off. But I ended up coaching. She had herself a doozy of a weekend, but I brought the crown with me, so they had the crown, and the girls absolutely loved it. Audrey hit 446, led the team in RBIs, and the most impressive stat for me hitting wise, she hit 1,000 with runners in scoring position. So basically, if there's somebody on, automatic. And I was like, bro, that made my heart happy. She does strike out a little bit more than I like, but hey, you know what? She's 10, so I'm just gonna let it fly. Or sorry, 11. She hears me call her 10. I might get stabbed in the middle of the night. Nothing major.
She is your daughter. Fantastic.
So
is the crown now relegated? Is the crown now relegated to softball duty? Because
no.
Good luck.
Oh no! As your king of pay-per-view picks, it's getting cleaned.
I don't know if you saw Austin, but Jamie has regained some hardware as well too. Apparently, the belt had gone missing. Nobody knows what happened to it, but he did find it again. So that's
look how
good.
gorgeous it is. It's just right there, always in view, as it should be. As a champion, you should have your hardware where everybody can see, and not just in a drawer.
As a champion, you should be wearing it around your waist for the entire show every week.
Well, since you can only see from up,
just adjust your camera so we don't even see your face. It's just a shot of the belt.
Just right down. Yeah, just do the dick camera where it's just facing it, and boom, right.
I do have my FWO one. I can always just rock the FWO.
FML. All right, boys.
Where's your belt, JJ?
Hey. That's besides the point. I think we should get into wrestling because we got a lot to cover here tonight.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it, beltless.
I'm so glad you don't have the fucking crown on. All right, we're gonna get right to it. All right. So 3 hours worth of Dynamite / Collision. And no, it's not because of NBA and NHL playoffs, because there's still a show this Saturday on TBS.
Okay. But the venue looks rad that they're doing it in. Fairway to Hell
at the the Tiger Woods or whatever, their whole like virtual golf league.
And Saturday's show is only an hour, so they just moved 1 hour of Collision till after Dynamite for some reason.
Yeah, which I mean, you're the one that's paying the biggest price for this, you know.
I also, because I missed Dynamite last week, I don't know if it was announced or not, but I'm scrolling Instagram today like, oh, let me go see what the card is for tonight, and I see 3 hours special. I was like, God damn it, Tony Khan.
Oh, you just found out today? Oh,
I found out today. We were in it for a long night.
We probably should have made mention of that in the past 7 days to you. All right, before we get into it, Check out our show sponsor, W. Go to w.gg, use the code Spotfest, get you 10% off. See it behind
100% drank some before we like got on because I knew it's a late night voice.
Clean energy, no artificial any crap in it. Designed, made in America, out in California. Fantastic flavors.
I am a real
Total Spotfest.
American. Fight for the rights of every man. Dude, I have that song completely memorized. Am I the only one?
I mean, I know
it's
major gist of it.
I'm pretty sure I know all the lyrics to that. I've heard it a million times. There's not a ton of them.
Right? Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what all wrestling theme songs like I know every word to. And it's definitely that one. I mean, Legion of Doom just had What a Rush. So is that technically?
Yeah. That one's pretty easy.
You probably know classic rock. All it ever says, The Rock says.
Yeah.
The Rock says, if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Shawn Michaels had a few more words, but like that one's pretty well memorized for
100%.
years.
100%.
Of course it is.
I hate to admit it, Judas.
Juice is a good song, man.
I don't think I ever actually learned all the words to the DX theme because I couldn't understand half of them.
I swear, bow to the masters. Bring it down.
Yeah.
What do you guys? How about you guys? What theme song do you have memorized? What entrance song do you have memorized?
What's up, Clint?
Obscure. It's fine.
What's up, Clint? What's up, Dusty? How y'all doing? I probably have the vast majority of Cult of Personality memorized, not because of Charles Manson Punk, but because it's
this shoulder so everybody can see the FWO championship belt.
All right, let's get to it, boys. We got a lot to get through tonight. So, Dynamite started with a little somber tone. And for those of you who weren't in the know, they made sure to put you in the know. But yes, Ted Turner did pass. Now,
yes, Clint. It is bad that you know Cody Rhodes' song.
It's very bad. Yeah, we're not going to judge you.
The only thing that's not boring about him is his entrance music. Sorry,
I'm still living in the world too, Austin, where Cody Rhodes went to WWE because nobody in AEW would sing his song. Like he wanted so badly, so badly.
I could buy into that.
I'm not far off. But no, Ted Turner did pass away. We had a nice little remembrance done with Tony Schiavone. And whatever your thoughts are about Ted Turner, the person, and yes, we know he's businessman. There's stuff there. He was vitally important in the wrestling history. Without Ted Turner and his bold-faced arrogance, let's just be completely honest here, right? WWE would never have been there. The Monday Night Wars would have never actually happened. Sting actually did a little shoot, promo talking about some of the time with Big Ted and for the longest time they were losing money, a lot of money, and then they weren't, and then they were on top of the world, and then it went far south, and he eventually sold. But it was a nice little throwback to have a little remembrance of Ted Turner for what he did to our favorite show.
Yeah, I mean, you got to acknowledge it to start the show. You're on TBS. You literally have TBS and TNT champions. There was a weird disconnect though, where I felt like a lot of the audience, like Ted Turner is so far removed from really being notable that like they were politely watching, but like I don't think anyone was like hardcore mourning Ted Turner outside of Tony Schiavone and maybe Sting, like the guys that were there 40 years ago. Still a nice little tribute though.
Yeah, I agree. It's like us older wrestling fans all appreciate Ted Turner because to us, I kind of think Ted Turner is the Chaz Michaels of wrestling. He is wrestling. No, because without him, honestly, like Squatch said it well, it's like you wouldn't have NWA and WCW, where they are. you wouldn't, honestly, if it wasn't for what he did with WCW, just burying money into it and just making the machine work, wrestling wouldn't have been where it was in the 90s, and it definitely wouldn't be where it is now. Now, Hogan got it to a point. I will definitely say Ted Turner took it to another level.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, there's no Monday Night Wars without Turner, right?
Exactly.
There's not Monday Night Wars. And it wasn't even so much the whole Monday Night Wars thing. It was remove Turner from the picture. WCW folds way before time. Everybody either gets absorbed into a watered down WWE. People like Hogan have fallouts with them. And where do they go? They go nowhere, Hollywood, and fail, and then come back maybe. And the WWE product is the only one out there, and it becomes weak. Kind of like it's doing now. Side note, so even though he didn't win the battle, if you guys ever watched, remember who did that documentary? That wasn't on ESPN. That wasn't on 30 for 30, but the whole like Monday Night Wars thing. You remember that? Was that on the WWE network?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think I ever watched it, but I'm pretty sure that was a WB produced
Benjamin J. Dixon, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Ben? Whatever it was, but they talk about it, and Vince has always said, he won. At the end of the day, he won, right? If he'd never been there, I mean, where would the whole wrestling industry be today?
I don't think there'd be AEW.
Definitely wouldn't. Would there be TNA even?
Probably not.
Lucha Underground?
Yeah, maybe.
I think there would be a TNA. Because that was a big part of Jeff Jarrett was not going back to WWE. And he was just going to start his own thing because he came from a promoter. His dad was promoter and all that stuff. I think TNA would have existed, but I don't think anything else would have been as big as it got without wrestling getting really hot in the late 90s, which is a direct result of two companies competing and then them both getting pushed by a third company when ECW slid in there. Like, they were never going to be huge, but they realized, oh, well, some people tend to like this. Let's add more of this to our shows. Like, it's wild to think of what the wrestling landscape would look like if Ted Turner didn't decide, you know what, I got billions and I want to see some wrestling.
Well, thankfully he did, and we do have AEW. So we go right in the show with Jon Moxley in a Eliminator Continental Championship match against a somewhat bewildered Juice Robinson, who's been just mumbling to himself the same phrase for the last 2.5 weeks. And I don't care. I love me some Juice. Bang Bang Gang is back, Jamie. We got the Guns made their return last week on Collision. More on that later. But yeah, fantastic way to start the show. Good match.
I think that's all you really need to say.
Yeah, man, I don't know what else to add to that.
It was a solid opener, as it should be. You have the Swiss Army knife that is Jon Moxley that can wrestle anybody. And honestly, Juice needs more TV time. That's all there is to it. And you know what? I love his curly mullet. Like, he's got the soccer rocker going on, and I am here for
so much better. And his facial hair again, so he doesn't look like whatever the hell that was.
Oh, he looks so weird, clean shaven. I feel like, hey, let's trot Mox out there with any random mid-carder. Never disappoints. Like, It's always a good match.
Now, you guys let me know what you think about this. For the most part, the whole show, nothing really wowed me. Nothing was really like, whoa, holy shit, right? Did you feel that same way?
I did not. We will get to it because it's the end of the Dynamite portion of the evening. But Darby Allin and Kevin Knight was one of the best damn Darby Allin matches I've ever seen.
Why you always gotta steal my fucking thunder? Like, seriously. I thought tonight was Tony playing chess.
Okay.
Because you have a pay-per-view in 3 weeks, thereabouts, right?
Yeah. Not
not
really that booked.
Yeah, it's time to start moving some pieces around, and you got to sacrifice a pawn here and there in order to get your knight into position. That's the storylines for you. That's what they're doing. He played chess tonight. A lot of storylines progressed. A lot of them.
Speaking of storylines progression, you got Will Ospreay fresh off of a victory over in Japan, flying back, and quick little promo of him getting, very hard trained by the Death Riders, and Moxley telling him, it's like without this, you'll never be your full potential. You'll be good. You'll still wrestle. It'll be fun, but you want to get the most out of it, right? Just kind of reiterating that point, right? The more I watch this, the more I'm starting I'm drinking Kool-Aid like it's Dubby, right? I am buying into this more and more by the week. I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, speaking of buying it, you could use code Total Spotfest, save yourself 10%.
Hey, in this economy, every little bit helps. Go save on some W.
How much is gas out there by you? I have to know because we're officially over $4 now.
$4.19 or something like that. I don't know.
We're more expensive than you are. Holy shit.
That's first.
I haven't got gas in a minute because I work from home and the gym is like a 2-minute walk and the bar is a 2-minute walk. So like
you don't even drive.
The grocery store is 2 miles from the house. And so I haven't been to the pump recently, but it's somewhere in like the 4 and some change.
Whew.
All I gotta say is I love working for a brand that has a bunch of hybrids.
$4.84. Damn.
Oh, that's painful. All right, are you guys getting in on this on the Ospreay Moxley?
I am. I wasn't sure about it at first, but it's growing on me. Like, I don't necessarily know where the story is going, but I'm interested to see where it goes. And that's more than I could have said about it when they abducted him 2 weeks ago. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird that they just hauled him off, but it's fun. I'm into it.
You know what vibes it's giving me?
What's that?
Apollo and Rocky vibes. Hardcore.
Okay.
As soon as you said, you know what vibes it's giving me, my first thought was Rocky 3.
Yeah. Damn it, Rock. There is no tomorrow. Like, I'm just waiting for that moment, that line to drop. Like, damn it.
If they fall up with him running on the beach, I think Jamie might explode.
They've got to be in the nut huggers and the tube socks, though.
Absolutely.
Like, they got to have the look.
Absolutely.
I do gotta say,
that like a web video or something, man. Come on.
Watching that promo tonight, it never ceases to amaze me that like 90% of the stuff Jon Moxley says should sound super lame, but somehow it always works with him. Like when he talks about death jitsu and have you ever heard of the term death ground? And like it all seems so needlessly intense, but for some reason for Mox, it just always lands.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put a pin in that because I got something I want to come back to as we get to tonight's main. So we're gonna see where this goes here as they progress on. You next had a double Jeopardy match, which again, for those of you unaware, Dax Harwood, Orange Cassidy. If Orange Cassidy wins, the conglomeration get a tag team title shot. If Dax Harwood wins, FTR and Tommaso get a trios title match. You had half the locker room at ringside. I mean, they should have just made it a lumberjack match. My favorite, as you can tell by our thumbnail, was definitely Christian Cage standing 3 foot behind everybody, just peering into the ring the whole time. And when everybody got into a fight, he just kind of oversaw it from 3 feet behind everybody else. God bless you.
He had a strong RBF going too. Strong.
So beautiful. Just beautiful work. And this match was a fine, good match too, right? I mean, again, Dax Harwood or Cassidy, what do you expect, right? Very good match. played really heavily into the Orange Cassidy hurt his wrist, but still gets the victory. So the conglomeration of some sort gets a tag team title shot sometime soon here.
It's weird that I always forget that like Dax Harwood is legit one of the most entertaining singles wrestlers to watch because FTR is so good as a tag. But every time he goes out there and has a singles match, it's outstanding. The double Jeopardy thing here was it's a bit weird to me that the conglomeration earned themselves a tag team title match, escorted to the ring by Cope and Christian, who already have a tag team title match in 2 weeks. That was getting a little muddy for me. Like, I get the world title scene. Everyone's like, hey, Darby's giving out shots. Like, everyone's staking their claim. But it seemed a little bit weird to do that in the tag division as well.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so are they going to challenge before? You know, if that's what they're doing, okay, cool. I get it because it's just going to be a waste, but whatever. You had to make it interesting for tonight.
Fill
But
TV time, sure.
yeah, but I was really wanting FTR to win. I was wanting Dax to win just so we can get the FTR with Ciampa as the trios champions. I think that would be so entertaining. Those three together.
I think it would too, but and who knows? We might still get that down the road here as they keep going with this because, yeah, that's kind of where they are there. Real quick Rush promo. Rush wrestles later on the night, and then you have a Roosh.
Put some respect on his name. It's ROOSH. Roosh.
If you mess with the bull, you get the heart. I appreciate as a collective here who's goes by the mantra of being committed to the bit. I appreciate Roosh forcefully putting his bit over until the crowd finally starts to chant it back to him. So
hey, it's working. It's working. Is it just me, or does Roosh kind of look like a Mexican Juice Robinson?
Oh, he does.
Just because they have similar hair, guys, doesn't mean they look alike.
We'll have to do a side by side. We'll get a picture prepared one of these weeks to compare. But that interview they did with him, he was looking like a Mexican Juice Robinson.
You know, I met him, right?
Oh yeah, at the meet and greet.
The meet and greet, yeah. I was expecting to be a little taller, honestly.
I assumed he was definitely under
Dalton from Roadhouse. But I thought you'd be bigger.
I'm shocked to see a lot of wrestlers I've met. I feel like should be taller.
Yeah,
I don't consider myself like a massively tall person. I mean, I'm 6'3". I'm tall, but I'm not like
that's pretty tall.
Towering, whatever. But no, I feel like I see wrestlers and then I'm like, you're like way down here. What do you should? Yeah, I don't know.
He's just a little guy.
Oh, he's so cute. Up with your head. Yeah. Anyway, so after Roosh, we go into everybody's favorite moment of the night, Jericho promo. He's mad. He's going to take it out to the ring and talk to the people.
Okay. Moving on. Do we have to talk about it? Because I really just don't want to. I just want to, like, it doesn't happen.
You want to pretend this all never happened.
No, we got to talk about it because they set up something that is always fun.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So
otherwise, I would say skip it. But like, this is leading somewhere that'll be entertaining.
I was 100% going to skip it until they brought that out because it's as predictable enough. Out comes Ricochet. Out comes the man. They're going back and forth, and he's trying his best, but there's no juice in the room on any of this here. And then he says he gets the idea that he doesn't want to steal his move. He wants to steal Jericho's match. So he challenges him inexplicably to a stadium stampede at Double or Nothing. And dares Jericho to find 4 people who still like him. Yeah.
Ortiz, Sammy Guevara, and then the Hurt Syndicate. Done.
like clearly the Hurt Syndicate are going to be in that. It was weird to set up as a find 4 people that still like you. And then 10 seconds later, here comes 2 dudes that still like him that just tagged with him like 2 weeks ago. Like that was a bit of, it was weird.
And there's 3 of you saying this.
Yes.
Where's your, I mean,
it's gonna be the dogs. The dogs are if you ever need you guys to plug into anything, just send them out.
Yeah. Hey, we need somebody to eat a pin. Let's get the dogs.
Clark, go eat a pin.
Either way, Stadium Stampede is always a good time. Always. I think Ricochet and Stadium Stampede, we're gonna get a lot of real fun spots in that. Like, I'm good with it.
He may kill himself. Yeah.
I mean,
he may hurt himself.
Very well good. I do appreciate the fact that we haven't seen Stadium Stampede in a while, right? You know, they done mostly because it's like Anarchy's in an arena now, which is the same thing, just inside, right? But I would love the guns. That's a fantastic.
They won't be available till July, though.
Yeah,
they have a 90-day. Because I know some people. We'll talk more about the releases.
Since they're on the main roster, they have the 90-day. NXTers only have 30-day.
A 30-day. Okay. We'll see. We'll see, Squatch. I don't know. Regardless, we're getting a Stadium Stampede at Double or Nothing. So you have that. Quick Harley and Mina promo. Just an excuse to rip Harley's shirt off because ratings.
I did really enjoy Mina ripping the shirt and then immediately going, sorry, I thought you were wearing gear.
Then Harley is immediately, I don't care. This is like, yeah, there's our girl. There's our girl there. They got a match we'll talk about in a little bit here. Good God, Clint, you're finding all the buttons to press on TikTok there. Jesus Christ.
He's looking this up, man. I don't know if you saw this. Like, we got a cool Super GG boxing gloves. Like, hey, just keep sending the stuff. Like, I know there's all sorts of cool shit you guys can send us. We should do some kind of thing where people just like, you know, on TikTok, you know, they give us the good stuffs there. That, you know, if they give us a certain amount or a certain thing, we have to do something fun.
Elaborate.
I don't know. I mean, it's always fun for you to call me Lord.
What are they giving us on TikTok? I don't know how TikTok works. Like
virtual buttons you press that do things. Right. So like animations and things and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So like people can like send coins to us, which helps us promote our stuff because that's exactly where that money goes, right back into. Spoiler alert.
There's a controller that popped up out of somewhere. Clint's finding all the buttons to press.
Yeah. So like there's pyramids and like there's Phoenix and ours, like all sorts of these crazy things that are like worth a whole bunch of money. You know, like $1,000 or 1,000 coins is a firework. You know, somebody sends us a firework or something like that, then you know, maybe I do the Paul Bear voice for like the next 5 minutes. You know, like we bring back an old bit.
You can start
like pick our topic. They get to pick our topic.
Do
I like that. I like that.
Do like a weekly thing because there's a lot of shows that will like if they've got a Patreon or something, they'll shout out their supporters and all that. Maybe you just do a little run during every show where you get in Paul Bear voice and just call out everyone that bought us digital coin fireworks or whatever you were just talking about. I still don't understand any of this, but like
winner gets powerbombed through
Squatch. You have no idea how funny that is, considering what happened at the last HCW show. I don't know if you want to give them the Cliff Note version of that.
The Cliff Note version is I was cursed by Jamie because after like 3 weeks ago when he asked if I'd ever had a table that didn't cooperate.
He's good at that.
We ran into one at HCW.
Tables that weren't gimmick tables and a quick pivot to tax, which
it's all right. At least it was the table in the corner. Because like if that doesn't break, you just kind of bounce off it and fall into the ring. But getting power bombed or something on a table that doesn't break, that sucks. There's no give there.
He may or may not been prepping to have happened to him. We'll never know.
I may have called an audible and said, yeah, I'm not taking a power bomb on a table, ain't gonna break. No, thank you.
Okay, all right. So you do get another title match. I do like I enjoy the proliferation of title matches he's been putting out there on weekly TV, even if it's very obviously that almost none of them have a chance to actually transfer. You're putting some weight on the titles, especially the lower titles. And I do enjoy that. Okay. Plus, we got to see Brian Keith wrestle Okada. That's always good fun.
New haircut, Brian Keith, too.
I dug it.
Yeah, look good. So rad seeing Brian Keith out there wrestling Okada on national TV.
I know.
I was wrestling with him in a flea market like 15 years ago. That's my boy. I love Brian Keith.
That's so awesome. Okada gets the victory, and then immediately Jamie gets the microphone and quickly disses Takeshita, and then makes his announcements, finally known that he wants the world title. So I brought this up to you last week, and here we are again. He's actually going forward with it and is granted a title shot next week. Too soon for a title shot?
For Okada, never.
I mean, technically never, I know, but
I mean, it's
story-wise.
Okada. Like, it's
Okay.
the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. He deserves to be in the main event. It's time. He's going to lose his belt to Takeshita, finally, as it's been written, as it's been foretold. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then he's going to be in the main event picture where he belongs.
Yeah, not too soon. Clearly, Okada's not winning the title next week.
No.
I'm assuming Takeshita is going to cost him the match.
Same.
Which works. Like that works with the story they're telling. No problems there. But yeah, if Darby's handing out open challenges, it's good to see one of like the top guys show up to be like, yeah, give me that time. Not that Brody's awesome, Kevin Knight's awesome, Ciampa's awesome, but like it's cool to see one of their heavy hitters show up looking for that title. The title seems important now.
Right, and that was my whole point. Is like Okada should be in the title picture because he's Okada, and yes, I know the argument he doesn't need it. True, he doesn't need it. It's still him, but he's still him. He should be there. You know, you're more than likely correct that Takeshi's going to cost him, but I would love nothing more than for him to lose clean to Darby Allin, just to see Jamie's head explode on live TV.
Won't happen.
It's
Won't
possible.
happen. Even after this week's match.
It's possible. It's a possibility.
It's possible.
It's not. No. No.
I mean, he lost clean to Kevin Knight in the C2.
That's different. Kevin Knight actually has good matches all the time.
We're gonna see. Remember what I talked about on TikTok earlier today, guys. It seems like it's an every other week thing for Darby Allin and his matches. Next week could be the get beat up 90% of the time and sneak a win on Okada.
Well said.
I agree, Scotch. He doesn't need it. Okay. But I don't think that American audiences know very much who Okada is. I mean, even if they didn't follow him in New Japan, they understand who that man is, right? And it's not that he doesn't need it. It's just kind of like he should be in that picture.
He doesn't need it. I don't think the AEW World title necessarily needs to be held by Okada, but I think it would help a lot for just the legacy of that belt.
I agree, because I'm trying to rack my brain. Shinsuke never held a world title, right? He just only held the IC title, right?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a Japanese-born wrestler to hold a major title, like the heavyweight championship in any promotion in the United States?
An actual Japanese-born one, or a guy they were pretending was Japanese? Because the latter had happened.
No.
Yokozuna was champion.
Yokozuna
we're not doing
not
Yokozuna.
count.
No.
Legit Japanese. Like, legit Japanese.
Did
NXT doesn't count. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to ask if that counted because I mean Shinsuke did hold the NXT title, right?
Yeah, I just don't. Women have. Japanese-born women definitely have. The Joshi, I mean, Joshis do it better, but
Well, yeah.
I think it would be
A
monumental
world title
in that aspect. I mean, if somebody wants to fact check us, because I don't think it's happened. And 60% of the time, I'm right every time. So feeling pretty good about this one.
Yeah, nobody comes to mind. I feel like I would remember.
You're the historian of the group.
Like I think Kenta might have held the Ring of Honor championship, but like that's I don't know if we're really counting that.
No, that's not
Right.
major.
And I was trying to think if anybody held the TNA title. That was, but
Definitely
I don't
not
know if that would
WCW.
count.
Didn't Inoki technically hold the WCW? Or it might have been just the NWA championship at the time for a hot minute. Like, didn't Flair drop it and then win it back way back in the day? That's the only possibility I can think of. It might not even been recognized. Right now. Yeah, it might not have been officially recognized, but I'm pretty sure on one of those Japan tours back in the day, Inoki took the NWA title off Flair for a minute and dropped it right back.
I mean that and Squatch puts another kind of wrinkle to this here with the question, you know. Top heel guys maybe in short supply. Wouldn't you save Okada in the title picture till after MJF versus Darby? I mean, yes, but by the way, we'll get to that second part of your question in just a few minutes. Okay, hold that thought there, Squatch. I don't think I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it does because I don't think this is like immediately inserting Okada in the title picture like he's getting it soon. I think this is just the running with the story of Darby's defending that belt every chance he gets. It's not going to be a long run. And this is just a next week thing. Like, I think we'll circle back to Okada in the world title picture maybe later in the year or something. But I think he's just kind of dipping in there for a minute for now.
Yeah. So just real quick, Clint also put on there like 6 people have held titles, but none of them have been the big belts. So like Shinsuke's got the NXT and then the United States champion Intercontinental. Then you have Takeshi Morishima had the ROH World Heavyweight Championship, but that's still not a major player. I mean, we can get a little gray there. Tajiri had quite a few. Akira Tozawa obviously was the 24/7. Hiro Matsuda is a primary trainer, and he was in Florida in the 60s and 70s, but that was territory wrestling back then.
Yeah.
And then Masahiro Tono won the NWA, and he was an active member in the NWO and in WCW. I didn't even know that.
I think that was like the latter NWO.
Yeah, that was the Japanese branch.
Yep.
Yeah. So no. The answer is no.
Bullet Club.
No one's held like the big belt. The big belt has never been held. So Okada for big belt.
He'll get it. He'll get it one of these days for sure.
If he doesn't, Takesha's definitely getting that title at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both will hold it before all said and done, and good for wrestling for them to do that. All right,
what
so you got a couple little
happens first. What do you think happens first?
What, Okada or Takesha?
Okada wins the belt, or Rachel Ziegler quits going out in public, coked out of her mind.
Who is that second person?
Did you not see the Met Gala? Did anybody see the pictures from the Met Gala? It's all over.
I have never seen any Met Gala.
I see crumbs of it, but I still have no idea who Rachel Ziegler is.
Okay.
I am almost 40, and I don't actually know what the Met Gala is.
We have no children. Okay, we don't. Austin and me are like we're watching sports and stuff.
I get that all these rich famous people dress up real fancy, and like I see pictures of them arriving. What happens there?
I don't know what actually happens there. I just know people dress up.
The Met Gala is actually a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, is what it is.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Okay. Well, Rachel Ziegler, that's the person who played Snow White in the Snow White movie that absolutely like bombed because she just was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, like she got all sorts of stupid crazy about it. Well, she shows up at that gala, has this like white see-through band right there, and she's like doing the Jack Black I am needing heroin jaw thing from Tropic Thunder. You know, she kept doing that, and then every now and then you see her like when she's taking pictures, you go, it's like, bro, like I appreciate you're trying to get the drip. You know, I understand what you're trying to do, but you are in front of all of these people. Sorry.
Now I want to become famous enough to get invited to the Met Gala just so I can show up dressed as Jushin Liger. I would slay on the red carpet, as the kids say.
Excuse me, Mr. Reddick. Our theme this year is forget your theme. I am the. Oh my god,
that'd be so great.
All right, so then we go through a quick little promo spout. Right, you got a little video promo for Andrade. Right, Andrade. This is the best. Again, this is the best Andrade's been. We've said this.
How you know?
Ad nauseum. Yeah.
How you know?
Yeah, which I wasn't sure about that at first, but that's warming up on me.
It's just the way he says it's so entertaining. Like I could hear him only say that in promos, I'd be happy.
How you know?
We might as well. Quick little Kevin Knight promo too, right? He's in the we talk about his shot at the title, all this, right? And then you go to commercial comeback and you got an ops promo, and the dichotomy of the ops is stunning. On one hand, you have Samoa Joe, who's putting out his hand as a peace offering towards Will Ospreay, telling him to run away from those criminals and thugs that he's currently training with and come to him. Look what he can do for him. You know, it's like making the world a better place is Samoa Joe. And if he refuses, that hand will become a fist.
That was a hard ass line. Like that was good promo work.
God bless you, Samoa Joe. And then there's Hook, who was in the main event on Collision last week. There's that.
But now he's doing a movie because
So like nothing but love and respect for Samoa Joe, but this whole angle thing where they're kind of going after Ospreay too is kind of silly because like Samoa Joe is there, but do you want to go to the group where it's Samoa Joe and like the Island of Misfit Toys? Or do you want to go train with Mox and Claudio and their young boy and Pac? And like, should be a no-brainer.
I understand you have to insert Samoa Joe, someone to your TV show and someone to your storylines because he's Samoa goddamn Joe, right? Right, Jamie? I mean, that's really all this is.
Yeah. Yes.
So I assume this is marching us towards a Ospreay versus Joe match, which I'm very much here for. But I really hope this leads to a series of weeks where like the ops abduct Will Ospreay and then the next week the Death Riders abduct him back and they just keep stealing, like physically taking him him out every week.
Like he's like the mascot that the Army and Navy steal back and forth before the Army Navy football game is what you're saying. Okay, gotcha.
Will Ospreay just gets abducted every week.
Clint does make mention too that The Rock apparently wore a skirt at the Met Gala. The Rock also wore a $3.3 million watch. I know that because I'm a watch guy and I follow a bunch of. I did see that pop up on my Twitter timeline.
He just got pulled over for speeding the other day, right after somebody's Walk of Fame thing, and I was like on TMZ. I'm like, who cares?
No, I got pulled over a window tint.
Or window tint, yeah, window tint of all things.
Which like. If I'm a cop and I pull over a very nice car with super tinted windows, I knock on it, roll down, it's The Rock. I'd be like, oh, I understand why your windows are that dark. You probably get bothered all the time. Carry on.
Move along.
I will let you off with a warning if you sign this.
Then you go into women's tag match. So you got Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa versus Shida and Statlander. Progressing the Shida Statlander eventual fallout story, obviously here.
I'm waiting on that now.
I'll say progressing is a really nice way to say treading water. Because like, where are we going with this? Like,
I think I know.
I'm with Austin on this too. So Jamie, enlighten us.
No, well, so I really am enjoying Shida's character work. Like, hopefully everybody's enjoying Shida's character work because like she's kind of pulling the entire character for that tag team. But I think they're going to become a heel tag team. I think she's going to convince Stat to go heel with her, and it just feels right. It just feels right. Like, I don't know. Because Stat's gone a little bit more dark. I don't know if you guys could tell, like, with her all black, latex style attire and like darker face makeup, and she's got the katana thing going, and then you have Shida, who's all bright, vibrant, but still crazy as fuck, which is just perfect. And like, because she's got that kind of vibe going. I like the possibility of it, but to your guys' point, which I know this is what you're gonna say, it should have happened already.
Aren't they already a heel tag team?
It should have. I think the teams are wrong. I would rather see a heel tag team of Shida and Mina than Shida and Statlander.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Like, I think that would be a really entertaining heel tag team and completely different than your double Amazon heel tag team you got with the belts right now.
Team Joshi's.
You never go wrong with Joshi's, man.
I like Team Joshi. I do like that. I feel like we're already in the heel tag team waiting room on this. I mean, they Stat and Shida fought Harley and Mina tonight for one, right? And yes, face versus face, heel versus heel, it's a thing. I get it, right? But I don't know. It's just either I feel like you're drawing it out too long. It's like you need to make them full heel tag team or need to make that split go so you can have a banger match between the two at Double or Nothing, right? If your plan is to turn these two against each other, which you keep teasing and all this stuff, do it so that we can get that banger match. Or, to Jamie's point, make it like official. Make Stat just like evil, mean as shit, right? And she is halfway crazy in her new gimmick. So dig into it. It'd be so much more fun. Don't hate them. I like this match. I thought it was fine, but I want to see them make a decision is what I'm saying. They're playing both sides of this coin, I feel like.
And hey, Squatch, Andrew Wiley of the Washington Commanders, also former Kansas City Chief. Just want to call that out.
So we'll see where they go with this here. They currently have 0 women's matches booked for Double or Nothing, if I remember correctly. Or am I missing?
As of right now,
yeah. They don't really have much. Next week. I hope so, because storylines on the women's side are a little muddy 2.5 weeks out of the pay-per-view. But we'll see.
We keep getting Willow vignettes, but nothing.
No Willow
of substance. Yeah,
she's been defending on Collision. She's carrying the B show,
but she's not really defending. I mean, it's just basically line them up, knock them down, move on to the next one, line them up, knock them down. You're getting a lot of like Triangle Madness versus Jamie Hayter again.
They're in a weird spot with the women's division in general.
Yes, because
they have 3 titles, but not enough depth to support them. Unfortunately, like they need to start mixing in some new faces and filling out these divisions a bit. Again, you've had Deonna Purrazzo stuck in Ring of Honor, not even doing anything there for God knows how long. Athena is just going to be a Ring of Honor champion forever. Like, you've got talent you could use. They just don't for some reason. Every women's title picture seems super shallow.
I think Deanna's the ROH TV champion, by the way.
She's the women's pure champion.
Pure.
That makes sense.
One of those.
They did a tournament that started last summer and like didn't end till like December. And then I think she's defended it like once since then. Like I don't know what it is. Like, again, you've got talent down in Ring of Honor. You can rotate people in and bring them up, but you've got a tag team division, and now you're down to like one actual tag team. And those are your champions and some other people you've cobbled together. Willow is defending the TBS title against whatever random Ring of Honor girl they want to send up or local talent each week on Collision. Tekla doesn't have a challenger unless you're going back to Jamie Hayter again for some reason. Like,
they are. And the belts are on the right people is the part that gets me the worst.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can agree with that, Jamie, right? The belts are on the right people for them to do things. Just don't have anything for them to do.
For everything that I say positive about Tony Khan, about the storytelling, about the progression of talent and stuff like that, that is a very sexist statement from me, because it is only the men. Mm-hmm. He does not do shit for the women. And you had 3 hours and we had what, 2 women's matches?
2 women's matches, 2 promos. One of the promos was for one of the women's matches.
I mean, the highlight of it was Harley Cameron's shirt getting ripped off. Like, is that what he's going for?
I mean, that's what happened.
You have incredible wrestling talent all over the damn place, and you're not progressing it. You're not building any kind of depth or bench strength. And like, there are some decent free agents out there. Like, do you grab one and elevate them real quick? Priscilla Kelly is one that's just kind of hanging out there doing her own thing. Isla Dawn, I know she's been doing some stuff for them, but she's like on a per, whatever. So she's kind of sitting out there. And I mean, you got other people that you could come in, run a quick heater on them. So you have at least somebody other than us getting Jamie Hayter versus Tekla for the 7th time.
So let me ask you both this then, okay? Because we're back on this tangent, which we seem to land on this tangent every 4 months. It's our quarterly tradition, right? Is it the roster or is it the booking?
Both.
Yes.
I think the biggest problem.
All right. What's the bigger problem? Is it the roster or is it the booking?
I think, and it's going to sound like a cop-out, but I think it's 50-50. I think they could absolutely do more with the talent they have. I also think they just don't have a ton of depth of talent.
Nope.
And again, there's talent down Ring of Honor you could bring up. Getting Mercedes back at some point will be huge. I think the biggest problem with the women's division is Toni Storm got so over. She carried that division for 2 years, and then suddenly she was gone. And there was no real backup plan, and the whole division just kind of fell apart without that Rock holding it down.
Okay.
I mean, your point, I want to use a football term for it. When the Chiefs lost Patrick Mahomes, we were abysmal. That is their women's division. Like, I'm not saying Toni Storm is Patrick Mahomes.
Well, for the AEW women's division,
kind
of is.
What really quick, Jamie, just since you mentioned that, what was the Chiefs' record when Mahomes went down?
7-8, 7-9. I mean, we suck.
Your point makes sense. It stands, but the Chiefs were in a bad spot before we got hurt.
Oh, I know. But hey, we retooled. I mean, we're putting a lot of emphasis on some rookies, but anyway, I'm not. No. I'm not going to go.
Your analogy checks out. When Tony goes down,
but here's my thing. Here's my thing. You know who would be really easy to heat up to go against Willow real quick?
Yeah,
Britt Baker. Bring her back. Do it. People will be in on it. People will be for it. We all know how we all feel about Britt Baker on this show. But that is such an easy, quick hit draw. Hey, Britt's back, blah, blah, blah. And then you have a heel versus face scenario. Real quick, boom, Bob's your uncle, move on. Now, when we're talking Tekla, you need a face. Who's their best faces hanging around? Nobody, because they have zero fucking good faces just hanging out. So they're not going to, I guarantee this. I'm going to call this now. Double or Nothing is going to have a no women's championship match for Tekla. It's going to be a three-way. It's going to be a 6-woman tag.
Yep. But that checks. And my answer to the question that I raised to both of you is, and I can criticize as well, Tony, and I can criticize because it's not just Tony alone there. Everybody, it's not. He calls all the big shots, yes, but I mean, Madison Rayne, she's supposed to be there to make this wrestling division what it needs to be, right? What the fuck are you doing? I hate to say it, but what are you doing, Madison? I'm going to say the bigger problem is the roster, 100%. To your point, Tony Storm goes down. Who do you put in there? I don't know. Here, let's see if Al Windsor. No, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's see if JB Hayter. Okay, that's kind of what we'll go with. That's the best reaction. Your roster was so invested, and this is more of a systemic problem, right? You take it all the way back to when they had Britt Baker and all that, and the pandemic, post-pandemic, Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, and you kind of rested on your laurels. You had a couple good hits there, and you figured that any women you bring up, you'll be fine with, right? Anna Jay is not it. Sky Blue has a ceiling to her right now, right? Julia Hart she's got promise, but she's young, right? So it's your roster. It's 100% your roster. And it's not even the fact that you don't have good pieces there, but your roster has the people in ROH that you need to have in here, right? So it's your roster problem. Bring Athena, bring Deanna. I know Deanna, you mismanaged last time, but put her back on the main roster. Take some of those pieces, put them back where they should be. Bring in some stuff from the outside. You'd be amazed to see the improvement that you would get as a whole.
And bring back Mercedes. It was good to give her a break, lose all her titles and all that, but your division needs her back now.
Desperately.
And as soon as that 90-day no competes up, you send a cargo tanker full of money to Japan to get Kairi Sane. I think that would be huge.
It would be huge. I don't know if Kairi would want to do that.
You got deep enough pockets, man. She didn't have to be there every week. Like,
I get it. Last time she was released too, she went to Japan and did, more behind the scenes work stuff with, the women over there. I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like there's some of the women that got released, he's gonna bring in at least one or two of them.
Kaylee Ray.
I think that should happen, definitely.
And then her and Isla Dawn could be a tag team, and there you go.
I told this to Jamie last week, Austin. I don't know why. I got a sneaking suspicion, though, that Tony's going to bring in Zoe Stark as well.
I was just thinking that. I think it works. I think work rate rise. I think she's up there with pretty much everyone AEW has in the women's division.
That's fair.
Like, she's very good in the ring. And now because she wasn't big on the indies before she got signed. You don't know what she has entertainment wise because you've only seen her in the WWE machine where they're going to hand you a scripted promo and all that.
True.
But she can go in the ring, and you need bodies right now. So why not give her a shot?
And she'd be the one that people are like, oh, I think she looks familiar.
Yeah.
Good enough. We'll see. We got more to come here. All right, Swerve had a quick promo. He's not just going after Bandito. He wants all the power. That's his whole play here. He is fucking Thanosing it up over here. He's collecting stones, and he's starting with everybody's favorite ROH champion. So
I love it.
Give me this match tomorrow. Come on, just give it to me.
Not only this match, but Swerve's direction, because he doesn't need a belt. So he's just like, all right, fine. I'm just gonna topple anybody I want because I want more power. Like, it's like, I like it.
Yeah, that works.
It's the place where Swerve should be. Swerve's face was fine for the time being, but we all knew that this is where we're going to end up with, and it's right. Bandito had a quick little promo, kind of, saying, all right, come at me, bro. And then we get into the main event. Okay. We're going to talk about the post stuff here in a minute. But the pattern has been really good Darby Allin match, very typical Darby Allin match. So tonight, a really good Darby Allin match. And Kevin Knight proved that he can be just as crazy as Darby Allin, was my big takeaway. We know he's a high flyer, but especially that springboard lariat onto the top of the announce table. Bro, that was sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this match was outstanding. One of Darby's best wrestling matches. I know none of us were like clamoring for a Darby title run. We knew it was coming, but I think it's been booked well so far. I like the idea of Darby taking that title, defending it every single show.
Literally.
I mean, we'll get to it. We'll put a pin in it for now when we speed run the collision segment of the evening, but he's defending again on Saturday, again next week. Like, you knew the title run for him was coming at some point, and like, this is probably the best case scenario of it.
I will have to say this. This was by far and away Darby's best match. Plain and simple. That Tope Suicida was the hardest one I've ever seen land, because both of them went down like a ton of bricks. And it looked like Kevin Knight legit smacked the back of his head on the announce table and was concussed. But then he figured it out and did that sick UFO, towards the end that was over halfway. Like, that was over halfway.
The man's got ridiculous top.
This match was both their styles together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, Darby only has good matches with a certain type of guy.
There's the problem, right?
But he has a chance against Okada, right? This is where he can really, like, I don't necessarily turn me to be a fan, but he could definitely get a little more respect out of me as a wrestler.
Well, if you're out of copium, go get you some W, ladies and gentlemen, because Jamie's drank all the copium right now.
Yes.
Personally, I like the Tommaso match just a little bit better. I don't know. Styles makes fight. I love Tommaso. I thought Kevin and him were outstanding, but I don't know. Personally, I just like the Tommaso a little better. But this was still excellent match. Typical Darby match. Excellent match. We'll see if they break the trend next week or at the pay-per-view. For a quick spoiler for those of you wondering. So we go into the collision hour, and then that's where all the post-match stuff happens. Out comes MJF, predictably. And again, Darby tells him, no, I'm not giving you a match. You have to give up something. You have to give up something. So he's like, fine, I'll put my scarf on the line.
The most Darby thing ever.
Yes. MJF thing. The most MJF thing ever. Yes. No. And then he thought really long and hard about it, then offered up his precious Dynamite diamond ring. No. And he's like, well, what? Everybody's got a price. He pulls out, the Ted DiBiase, offers $1 million to a guy who used to live in a van down by the river, right? So he says, fine, what will it take? You name your price. And here it comes. Here's that moment you've been waiting for, Jamie. And what do you get? Title versus hair.
I don't hate it.
Austin. Okay, Austin.
Okay, so
Perfect.
Here's the thing. There's one way this works out really well. And it's that MJF loses, gets his head shaved, does the old school heel bit where he comes out with the mask every week. That would be entertaining, and I'd be here for it. My problem with this is doing a title versus hair against a guy that already has short hair, and like that would grow back in like a month. Is that really that exciting? Again, if MJF loses and he does the heel thing where he's hiding his head, we also just did this with Wheeler Yuta like 6 weeks ago. And then on top of that, Darby said MJF's got he said MJF's vain, so like you got to put up your hair because that's the biggest thing. No, the biggest thing to MJF would just be telling him, no, I'm not giving you a shot as long as I hold this. I beat you 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Go win a Casino Royale or something like that. Like, go earn a shot. I understand you're going to put MJF in the main event of the pay-per-view in New York. You're going to get back to this match, and this is some storytelling to get you there. But hair versus hair against a guy that's never mentioned his hair before, and it's not particularly long in the first place, like, okay, whatever.
Well, the kayfabe is, Jamie, that he went to Italy to get hair plugs or whatever.
Turkey.
Thank you.
And actually, he did.
Oh, he legit did. Okay.
Yeah, that's a shoot. That's why everybody gives him shit about it. That's why I'm thinking there's no way in hell he's losing that hair.
No, not a chance. But they also didn't pull out you because you've been clamoring for that. This is how you get Hanger back in the picture, right?
Potentially.
I don't know. He put it out there. He wants his hair.
I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
Seems like a deep cut that doesn't need to be there. You do, and of course, get the coin drop, and then Okada comes out face to face, and he's getting that title shot that we talked about next week. Okay. Medical update on Ospreay. He's fine.
Not fine. He's better than he was apparently.
Yeah, whatever he's doing with the Death Riders is like voodoo magic that they're working on him. So there's that. Okay. Fun match between AR Fox and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Great match.
Styles make fights, and boy, these boys got style. You get a Willow promo. We talked about this already. Okay. And then you get Pac promo, which is probably my second favorite promo of the night behind Samoa Joe.
That's good.
God bless Pac. I wish he wasn't getting a title shot on Saturday. Not the fact that he's not getting a title shot. It's going to be, and we know what's going to happen. And, I get it, right? But I feel like that deserves to be a Wednesday match. I know you have precious little time before you go back to the pay-per-view, but Darby Allin went through hell tonight. He has Pac on Saturday. He has Kazuchika Okada and a contract signing next week. Hey, for the short time he's going to have this belt, they're putting everything into it, right, boys?
Yeah, and like it works. They're gonna
go ahead.
Like MJF needs to lose, and like I don't want to see that title go back on MJF, but I do appreciate the story of Darby's going to defend that so many times he's going to run himself ragged. He's going to lose it. Like that works. That's good. Just please don't have him lose it to MJF at the pay-per-view. Like, I do not want to see MJF with that title again.
I politely disagree.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news there, Austin, but
yeah. If Darby's gonna lose it, he's gonna lose it to MJF, and he's gonna lose it to him at Double or Nothing. There's no way they're gonna let it ride into July and August.
Oh, I think he could lose it at Dynamite at some point in June.
Kind of like the way he won it.
Yeah. He's literally defending it every single show what better time to have? I mean, I know he won it on Dynamite, but like have a world title change on TV again. Like nothing wrong with that at all, especially with the story you're telling with Darby. Putting it on him for a month just to lose it back to MJF. And again, MJF has been way more interesting since he lost the title. He's much better without it.
True.
Like, let's not go right back to where we were at.
It's about the chase. Speaking of the chase, I don't know if you guys saw this. People have been chasing to get that Tiger's Blood from Dubby. It's back in stock, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you go to wg.gg, use code TotalSpotFest, save yourself some money.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to order a tub after the show.
I didn't know it was back in stock. I'm ordering a tub after the show, too. Use that code, y'all. All right. So Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue. We already talked about that here. You're getting a little face off with Tekla. They're obviously running that back. You got Don Callis family promo. Extra cracks in the family. Okay. Is this the beginning of the descent of the Don Callis family?
It kind of has to be.
How you know?
Got a yes? Got a maybe?
How you know?
How you know? How you know?
Like the Don Callis family has been going on for years and years and years, and it's been great, but it kind of needs to blow up just for something interesting.
I agree. I do like it, and we knew that the Takeshita thing is going to lead to him. You know, you guys have been forecasting that, especially Jamie, for the better part of a year now.
Slowest burn ever.
Slow as fuck, you know. But then you got this whole like Andrade thing, and he's putting all his stock behind Okada, and there's Andrade like going, how you know, right? So anyway, we'll see where they go with this. Roosh squashes Manny Lowe. Okay.
What they say? They said, Manny, go get on out of here. Like it was something. They said something hilarious. Yeah. Well, the match started, and immediately Excalibur was like, "Don't get too comfortable there, man." He is basically saying, "Yeah, you're getting squashed, bro." Jack Perry had a little video promo. Then you get to your nightly dose of extra PWG goodness. The Death Riders and the Dogs versus Young Bucks and the Bang Bang Gang. Beautiful. You know me. I love so much every second of this. Oh,
the Young Bucks might be the best team at doing the hot tag since like the late 80s. Like every time they get that hot tag into one of the Bucks, it's always magic.
I've never thought about that.
That's a fantastic point.
They're so good at that. It's really always innovative. It's always rolling. The crowd's always into it.
And it's not carbon copy either, too. It's always
It varies depending on who they're in there with. But yeah. I've never been a huge Young Bucks guy. Didn't mind them, but like just not one of my favorites. But they are so damn good at popping that hot tag and come back.
Huh. That's a great, astute observation there. I got just two things on this match I wanted to make mention of. One, that whole like double clothesline, cascade they did, pure gold. Loved every second of that. Even though from a move I generally hate. I usually hate the whole double clothesline thing, right? But doing it in like the whole like that I loved. And I made mention to you guys about this before the show. But Colton Gunn looks more and more like his daddy by the hour.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie.
All right. So my big things was the fact that John Moxley brought up that they're doing a human centipede.
Yes. Best commentator ever. Thank you for bringing it up.
Me so hard. I was dying of laughter as soon as he said it. Like,
I think I made that a tag for this show because I was tying the tapes up as that match was going on.
It was so funny. But honestly, I know they keep shitting on the Dogs, but Clark Connor's just so good.
He's so good. He's very good. He might be, well, I don't want to say. No, I'll say he might be the best of them.
I mean, if he keeps doing what he's doing and he keeps losing, I mean, he'll probably win. Like, oh, by the way, I want to introduce a new award of Jobber of the Year.
Okay.
He might be the winner of it just because he's so talented and he just keeps losing.
I don't feel like they're shitting on the dogs though. Like, yeah, they're losing a lot, but they're losing to like established top talent, and they're so good that like they don't necessarily need to win. Now, I would love to see them winning here or there, but like they're featured every week.
It also doesn't affect them at all.
No.
Like they give 2 fucks the seconds later. So
they're great. I'm a dogs guy. I just hate their name.
Yeah.
I agree. War pigs would have been fine.
They're no brawling birds.
Mad dogs.
Mad dogs would be a good, because I mean, I understand you don't want to do the whole war thing because of climate and the world. I get it, right? Mad dogs though is fantastic, Jamie. I love that. It's the perfect t-shirt too, just to knock off Mad Dog 2020 bottle. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
They're being orange.
We
That's all I
know
care about.
Purple. Purple's the way to go.
Oh no, fake grape. No, they
yeah, purple. If you're gonna drink shit wine, make it really
Orange Jubilee or strawberry.
No, you don't do strawberry because you got Boone's Farm for that.
Yeah,
man.
Boone's Farm strawberry, right? Boone's Farm strawberry, and then Mad Dog 2020 Orange Jubilee. That's 100%. And then you wash it down with a case of Milwaukee's Best Light, living the life back in 1997, 96 in Plattsburgh, Missouri.
Or if you're in Jefferson City, you go to outside city limits to the drive-through smoke shop to get yourself a couple stogies, Swisher Sweets, right? And in the parking lot there, you take the giant bottle of Gatorade you got, you put the whole bottle of McCormick's vodka in that, and then you and your 2 buddies, your job is to finish that by the time you get to the football stadium right in the center of town. And it always tasted like shit. We always thought it was the different flavors of it, not thinking that we're putting McCormick's vodka. We're putting basically alcohol-flavored charcoal water into our Gatorade, expecting it to get better week by week.
Do you remember lemon ice? Do you remember lemon ice Gatorade? Dude, that's what that was my mixer back in the day.
Oh,
lemon ice, so good.
Speaking of ice, you remember when Smirnoff Ice was big, but then you had like the Sky one.
Zima, dude.
No, there's Zima, and then you had Smirnoff Ice, but you had Sky had their version of it too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Sky Vodka. It was like for 3 months, like every white girl in Colombia was just like pounding these fucking Sky Smirnoff Ice.
I remember when we felt all high and tighty, like, you know, when we were like highfalutin, we used to get Bud Light, and we used to drink OE 800 Reserve, which was not the regular OE, it was the flavored one, and it was like cherry or whatever. Like, I can't remember the fucking flavors, but yeah, we thought we were the shit rocking 22, you know, double deuces.
We actually scored at one point. Terrible idea, but we decided one night we were gonna do like a ghetto party, so we went and got a case of Old English 40s. That's all we were gonna drink the whole night. And that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea.
OE and orange juice, man. That's killer combination.
No, we just did OE. Me and 3 guys just to try to drink a case of Old English 40s. We did it, but it was not pretty the next day. Let me just tell you what. Well, thank you all for joining.
Mixed fruit.
Thank you all for joining our TED Talk here about the dangers of young drinking. We're gonna move right along. We need a palate cleanser from all this talk, Jamie. I figured that what better way than to remove these memories of us drinking at whatever age it could be and add in some knowledge.
Holy shit! We just got a galaxy, boys.
Is that one of the Tic Tac things?
That's one of the things. I have no idea what it does, but I do see.
So we'll talk about that after the show, but that's a big deal.
Hell yeah. Oh, well, thank you, whoever coined us a galaxy or whatever it is.
God, Clint.
Appreciate it, Clint.
All right. So Clint, this is the time where we tee up somebody to talk about stuff. So you're more than welcome now to tee him up since you gave us the Galaxy.
I can't see the TikTok chat, so I don't know what's going on.
I got you. I got you.
You're gonna have to give a brother a cue or something, because like I don't know when I'm getting teed up.
I'll do my usual finger stash. Trash can parties, dude. Yeah, see?
Trash can parties were a good time.
I remember
if we wanted to talk about old drinking stories, I got great ones from when I was a minor in the 90s.
Same. I've already given some of mine away. Those 100%.
Okay.
But
all right. He says he needs to think of one because he's on his meds because he's recovering from his surgery.
Right. His wrist.
Anyway, Austin Rex,
please.
Stash knowledge.
So we did just discuss some college drinking habits.
Oh, flip me.
And during my time in college,
we'll go with that.
I did obtain a business degree that I still have not paid for yet, but that's neither here nor there. So tonight we're going to talk a little business because there's been some wrestling business talk going on recently among releases, pay cuts, and all of the sort over in WWE.
Ooh, I like this.
And I've seen a lot of hot takes, and I get it. Like a guy like Kofi Kingston, a guy like Xavier Woods that you've enjoyed around for a while, they get released, you immediately get mad about it. But I want everyone to understand TKO releasing people and then asking people to take pay cuts while giving their executives huge bonuses. Like that's corporate America, man. Like that happens all the time. And I think I have a long track record on this show of being anything but a WWE homer, but I'm actually gonna defend them a little bit here.
Oh.
Just a tiny bit. So one, when we talk about pay cuts, and this story started coming out today, and it makes a lot of sense. Part of the reason they went and asked a lot of people to take pay cuts is because you are not working nearly as much as you used to, which is true. They wrestle like 2 to 3 times a month. They travel like once a week now for the most part. Makes sense. They also just a couple years ago were overpaying everyone to keep them from going to AEW, which probably didn't mean one thing or the other as a business move, but you've had a lot of people that have been getting paid real well to wrestle way less, which is great. I'm as pro worker as it gets. I don't want anyone to lose a job. I don't want anyone to lose a paycheck. If WB will give you millions of dollars to hang out in catering every week, hell yeah, that's my dream job right there. Like, give me that WB check to like fly to a random city and sit in catering and watch wrestling for an evening. I'm down. But this is what's going to happen now that they are owned by a giant corporation that is just going to bleed as much money out of this as they can.
Mm-hmm.
The other reason this is going to happen is because there is really no one in WWE that is a true draw anymore. There are people that are over for sure, but you don't have your Rock, your Stone Cold, your Hulk Hogan level of megastars, even John Cena. Like, you don't have that level of megastar anymore. And so while you never want to hear about anyone losing half their paycheck, you got to realize for most of that roster, if TKO shows up, we're like, you can take less money or we're going to release you. You got to imagine most of that roster are like, well, I'll take the pay cut, because a lot of their talent, they're not getting picked up by AEW. They're not going for a run in Japan. So much of their talent now are WWE grown people. That's all they know. That's all they do. You're either going to make less money or you're just not going to have a job anymore. I'm going to attempt to bright side this, though.
Okay.
I actually think this could be a good thing for a product.
Okay.
There's no guarantee there because it's still WWE and they just don't do a pro wrestling show very well. But take a team like the New Day, and I love the New Day. I hope they show up in AEW because they're one of the few that needs to be there for a while.
Yeah.
They have done nothing of note with the New Day in years. Like, it ran its course. They're not trotting them out there all the time. They tried the heel turn. They dropped it after like 2 months. Like they did nothing with it. There is so much talent on that roster that has been there forever, and that never used to be a thing in wrestling. Like you go back even to the early 2000s, you didn't have those guys like a Kofi Kingston that have been there for almost 20 years. You had a nice long run if you were lucky, or you had a shorter run, you moved on to something else. Maybe you came back later. But we've talked about forever how stale the product's been. They put the same guys in the same places every time. So if this is going to lead to let's clear out some of these people we've had for a long time that we just don't do anything with anymore, and let's start, they just did NXT call-ups. Let's start shuffling in some new blood. I think it could be good for the product. The two most over people in WWE right now, Obafemi and Danhausen, who both have been there less
crazy enough
than 5 months. New is getting over because we've seen the same shit for so long over there. So again, I don't wish anyone to lose their job. I don't want anyone to lose a paycheck. Like, make as much money as you can in this business. But I hope this leads to some roster turnover and we just start getting new things out. And that's the other side of that too, is there's really no one that's untouchable on that roster. Maybe a Roman Reigns, maybe a CM Punk. But outside of your very tippy top guys, if you don't want to take a pay cut to stay, they have an endless supply of D1 athletes and fitness models in the Performance Center that they will just slap a gimmick on and shuffle up. And because they have not cared about the in-ring product in very long, it doesn't matter that most of these people can't really wrestle because that's not what they're getting paid to do. So again, I don't have the highest of expectations, but if this leads to some turnover and some new faces, it could be a good thing in the long run. That's my TED Talk.
Well,
I don't disagree.
Fantastic. I mean, go ahead.
I do want to say, you know, some of them, the New Day is a little surprising, but now with the numbers, like the things coming out that they asked them to take a pay cut, they're like, no, which is fine. They've been there long enough and they've done everything they needed to. Now, should they have been gone a few years back, like, you know, just to do their own thing? Absolutely. But WWE was doing everything they could to make sure AEW wasn't successful doing the old WCW thing. And I think AEW's learned a lot from that because, you know, the word on the street is Aleister Black or Malachi was not very well liked. And rumors were that he was actively being courted by them, but then it was refuted by Sean Ross Sapp that no, they're not talking to him right now. But if there are anybody that needed a change of scenery, I definitely think it was a New Day, and I think them going to AEW makes all the sense in the world. Does it happen? I don't know. But if there's like, if I had a wish list of people from that list of people who got cut, they're number one. Kyrie Sane's is number two. And other than that, I don't care after that. Like, I don't want anybody else. Like, I just want those two.
I hear you. And I'll play the where they go game here in a second. I mean, I do before we get to all that, you know, we'll do a real quick little hit where we go game before we head off. Do you feel though, because I like everything you said there, Austin. Do you feel this is kind of like the 95-96 WWF where it's like a different sort of exodus, a different sort of like changing of the guard ish, you know? But do you feel it kind of has that same sort of overall in result possibility? Whereas the mass exodus, the retirement of Hulk Hogan, the migration of Hulk Hogan, everybody else, the swing and the miss on Lex Luger, all that stuff, right? And, you know, you had a very young Undertaker, you had the just coming off of a tag team, Shawn Michaels, and then nothing, right? Pretty much there. That little lull they had where WWF almost died, but then rebounded with what they brought up in the world. Things like The Rock, Triple H, so on and so forth, right? Do you feel like that this is a similar-esque moment from what you're saying here for WWE as they move forward. Looking at Obafemi, looking at, Dan House, like he says, the second most over person, bringing people in like Sol Ruka, something different stuff, right? Do you feel like this has parallels to that time period?
Creatively, yes. Business-wise, no. So creatively, I think they have been in a rut for some time. We've just leaned on the same names forever.
Right.
A lot of those names are getting older. They're working less. They're retiring. And they are like, we got to get some new blood in here. On the business side of things, you go to that mid-90s WWF, they suddenly had competition, which they really don't now. AEW is so different from what WWE is doing that I don't think you're worried about losing your fans and them going over there. I think worst case scenario, people might watch both. But when you were in the 90s, you were literally bleeding an audience over to this other company because they were doing the exact same thing. It was pro wrestling, different flavors, but it was still pro wrestling.
Oh, they were
WWE now is a content machine.
They're definitely teams. I was team WCW.
Yeah.
100%.
Nowadays, you don't have to worry about that. It's not about selling pay-per-views anymore. It's not even really about drawing houses because that doesn't matter as much. You'll get enough to make TV look good. All their money is in TV deals and the Saudis buying pay-per-views. And I think that's what's driving a lot of this is they realized, okay, established acts that we are paying 7 figures a year, you're not going to make us any more money than this guy making $150K a year we can send up from NXT. Some people might get upset that you're gone, but no one's been clamoring for the New Day to do anything for a while. And it's not a lack of their talent. It's just we've seen everything from them. They've done everything. But TKO has done the exact same thing in the UFC. UFC doesn't want to pay their top fighters top dollars because they no longer sell pay-per-views. They now stream on Paramount Plus. They stream on ESPN. It's just about, do we have bodies to make content? Are they interesting enough that we're not going to lose an audience? And that has a much lower bar than mid-90s WWF of, if we don't get something hot, this other company is going to run us out of business. But like I said, creatively, I think it is very similar. They have held on to the same top names for so long that they kind of overplayed their hand and realized they haven't built any new stars and they need to start shotgunning people in and see what takes off.
I hear you. Thank you for the knowledge, Austin. So last thing we'll end with here then. So you made mention of Jamie, New Day, Kyrie. That's all you care about going to AEW. Right?
Yep.
Do you think it'll happen though?
One of them, yes.
Xavier?
No, I think the entire I think Kofi and Xavier go, but no, Kyrie I don't think goes.
I think that you might get an appearance by Kofi. I feel pretty solid that, because I know that reports are that WWE wants to do the whole Tyler Breeze deal with Xavier Woods. Whether he wants to go with that route to kind of maintain the video game content that they're doing and stuff like that and make an occasional appearance here and there, right? I think that's a very likely spot for him. I also could see him take a step back for a while and not do any wrestling. Remember, he was one of the hosts of G4 when they relaunched, right? Mm-hmm. He got a lot of mass market appeal outside of wrestling. He's got a ton of interests outside of wrestling too that line with it. So I don't know.
I think we have a New Day match at All In. Whether or not we get a long run, I could see that going either way. I think, and again, it's hard to put myself in their shoes because Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are a million times more talented than I'll ever be, and I have no problem saying that because they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
But if I was them, more so Kofi, but also Xavier, because Xavier came over from TNA and he had a little bit of a name in TNA, but wasn't like top guy. Kofi's been there forever. He got a little run with the belt, but he's only ever been WWE. But they are still both very much pro wrestling guys. And I think if I had been in the WWE machine that long, and I got this opportunity where I've still got a couple good years left in me to go to a place like AEW where pro wrestling is celebrated and get to have a lot of the matches you never got to have over in WWE, that would be too hard to pass up. I want to see him get their victory lap over there.
I understand. I don't mean like a mini run. I could see him do, or as a match or two here and there. Cool, right? Something just in my body just tells me I can see Xavier tomorrow doing something different, doing something deeper in the video game space, hosting TV shows, stuff like that, right? I can see him going to that lickety split and loving it and doing fantastic at it.
But on that same note, AEW has a lighter TV schedule. Well, I mean, it's probably about even now because WWE went off. But AEW also gives their talent way more freedom to do stuff outside of pro wrestling.
They do. I get it. Yeah.
And I could see someone like Xavier Woods. Yeah, like the reports out there, WWE wants to bring him back to do like a video game kind of thing. But if you're someone like Xavier Woods, that's talented, you've hosted for G4 and stuff like that, you've got a relationship with Kenny Omega around video games and stuff. Do you want to go back to WWE and do all that under their umbrella, or a place like AEW where you're still seeing a national audience all the time and build something in the video game space on your own? And I wouldn't fault him either way, but I could see the latter being a more interesting prospect.
We shall see. And lastly, Clint here says, talking about more commercial time than wrestling during WrestleMania. WWE fans are being loud with their message and not paying for ESPN, and they're just tired. The only combat I would say to that, Clint, is I saw the report, was it yesterday or this morning, that TKO's like quarterly drawings or earnings were $1.68 billion with a B dollars. They don't care.
I get this, and I have no evidence to base this off of, but I would imagine a lot of the people complaining, like, I'm canceling ESPN Unlimited. I'm not, like, I think those people are pirating the shit anyway and like weren't paying for it in the first place. Like, that happens all the time with the UFC. People be like, I'm never buying a pay-per-view again, but like most are always just streams it illegally. I don't think it's going to affect the bottom line.
No. They just reported their freaking earnings, Jamie. $1.68 billion. They don't care.
Oh, they could give two shits about one person not paying $30.
Yeah. And again,
no care.
You would have to have so many people cancel ESPN for them to really notice this is a backlash to the ads during the show.
Yeah.
It'll be a small percentage. And at the end of the day, between WWE and UFC, TKO is there to churn out content as cheaply as possible because they're getting paid from these TV deals. And like, that's their business model. That's what they do.
Pre-made contracts with TV, regardless of what the end result is, $800 million from the Saudi government. they don't care. They just flat out don't care. So
yeah,
we care though. We care about wrestling. We care about you. And we care about Jamie's health. He needs to get to bed before he passes out.
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but hey, no, we're good. We're good.
All right. Any final thoughts here? Anything else you guys want to get to?
Yes.
What you got? What you got for me, Hump?
Did you guys see Rebels videos?
I did.
Yeah.
It hurt.
I figured we should at least say something.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, I made a video about it. Man, my light is just dying.
What is up with your light? Is it like a timer on that thing? Or is there like, is it get hot?
He brings up the sad shit to close out the show and then has the lights coming out. It's an effect.
The light's like, no.
Let me change my background to purple, just for the added effect of sadness. All right. So I don't know if anybody saw. Hopefully everybody has seen. They finally figured out what's going on with Rebel, who was in AEW as Reba and Rebel. I used to call her Rebel all the time. I made a video about this, so you guys go on my TikTok, or our TikTok, sorry, and look at that. But she's officially been diagnosed with terminal ALS. And when she was talking, it didn't even sound like her. Like, it's already taken a hold of her.
Bad.
But the most shocking thing that she said, and I wanted to like talk about the different companies because this kind of ties in. Tony Khan's been paying for everything. In no world would Vince McMahon ever have done that.
No.
I mean, he would send him to rehab because most of the time he kind of forced it. But I don't think. Do you guys think WWE would do the same thing?
No.
Nowadays, no. There are stories out there about Vince McMahon going out of his way to take care of talent. There's also stories out there about Vince McMahon doing horrible things to talent. So, like, not knighting him with sainthood or anything like that.
Depends on who it is.
But there are stories out there. I could see if this was pre-sale, when it was still owned by Vince McMahon, I could see something like that happening. Not to give that man any credit because he's a terrible human being, but stories are out there about him. And that's why when all this shit came out with him, you saw some of those longtime mainstays were still kind of, they didn't want to say anything bad. They want to defend him. You hear this about really bad people all the time, though. There's people close to them that they're going to take care of. That doesn't make them a good person, but like people are layered. So I actually could have seen, if this was back when Vince still owned it, I could have seen them doing that. Nowadays, I could see them cutting someone that got a terminal diagnosis.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're an expenditure. You're on the wrong side of the debit count. You know, and Austin's right. You know, there's a lot of like favoritism that kind of goes along with some of this stuff. I think in general, Tony Khan is. The joke is there. We make it, but I mean, AEW is run by a mark. He is. And because of that, though, something like this happens to somebody in his periphery. He also was raised pretty good. Let's be honest. You know, he's a billionaire, the son of a billionaire, but there's morals there. And yeah, I remember Rebel all the way back to her TNA days, right? And even though the gimmick that she was in, which was first introduced, was freaking terrible, she still shined pretty high in the whole menagerie bit. But it's sad. Kudos to Tony for doing his part there. But if you're give a prayer out there, because it's not good for Rebel.
Yeah, I've never been around anybody with ALS personally.
It's bad. It gets real bad.
Around cancer enough to never want to see it, but this sounds like it's like that on steroids, which is just sad. So, I mean, the outlook is grim for her. So she did ask for prayers of a peaceful passing, and I think that's where we probably need to lean, because
I mean,
that could come up on you real quick. Like, one person announced it in like February of last year, and then they passed in September. Like, it doesn't take long.
Yeah, I wasn't particularly familiar with her before AEW, but damn, was she good as a pro wrestling henchman? She filled that role so well.
She's what Camille was supposed to be.
Exactly. If Camille had half her work rate as the lackey, she would have been much better. But yeah.
Have you noticed Camille's already just like gone again?
I told y'all she was just there because American Gladiators was coming out, and like
yeah. Well, anyway, thoughts and prayers with you, Rebel. Yeah, and we're about 2.5 weeks out from Double or Nothing. So, to Jamie's point earlier,
this guy on the line.
Yeah. Give it up. Give it back.
As your king of pay-per-view picks,
I
plan on holding this thing all year.
We shall see, Your Highness. So, all right. So we will see you next week here again. Lots of wrestling going on here. Lots happening next week. Again, we're about 2.5 weeks out. We should start to get more confirmed over the next week, I would assume. So we'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Hopefully at a regular time, a little bit earlier. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys giving us some of your time here today. If it's your first time, again, hit that thumbs up, give us a tap, give us a heart, like, subscribe, share with your friends, all the things. Go to w.gg, use the code Spotfest, get yourself 10% off, and we will see you guys next week. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 5 words for you. They're doing a human centipede.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Later.